Hey, it's the Cary Coatney comic book notes diary, whatever it is, entry number 30B. I didn't have time to do a review of this catalog of product shipping in July 2026. Yeah, that's right. And of course, the cover is something I'm not even interested in. So, that being said, what's going on here? I mean, I should have led it with this. This is Action Comics 1100. It's got, I was seeing it's 4 different tales, wrapped in one big package here. It's a 56-page issue going for $5.99. And it's got stories by Mark Waid, Joshua Williamson, Sophie Campbell, and Dan Slott. All those people who are writing Justice League stories or Superman stories today. And with art with Skylar Partridge, Ryan Sook, Diane Sempre, Dan Mora, and Lucas Mayer. And of course, Dan Mora is worth the price of admission alone. So, I assume it's all part of the current continuity. It's an epilogue dealing with the DC KO project. And I guess we'll find out what happened to Superman at the end of this. And there you go. Look at that. Superman 2026 annual. And a 2-part epilogue. So you got to buy 2 issues to get the entire epilogue. It's unusual. But this is the big it's a 48-page issue, and that goes for $5.99 also. And there's a Batman special that's also sort of tied in with Batman and Lex Luthor team up. Justice League Night Vision special number 1. I assume this is a one-shot book. I hope it's a one-shot book because I don't feel like collecting another miniseries. Absolute Batman 22, guaranteed to fly off the shelves again, because it has it's dealing with the Robins and a origin story of Absolute Harley Quinn, and it's her in the cover. Absolute Catwoman number 2, number 1 will be out next month. I thought it was supposed to be out this month, along with the Absolute Green Arrow, but I was told to slow my roll there. So, if you liked her appearance in Absolute Batman, I'm sure you're gonna love her new series. And she's sort of was. Did they refine her costume a little bit? Or she had like some kind of like an orb on her head. Now it's just a regular Catwoman mask with ears. She's got this crazy little tail here. What's going on here? That looks dangerous, whatever that is. Absolute Superman 21. It seems like that's going to be the conclusion of kicking Shazam's ass, Absolute Shazam's ass, and of course, it looks like Superman's victorious. Really, I mean, I guess that's a spoiler alert. I don't know, but I assume it jumps into another arc after this. Absolute Wonder Woman 22. Is this still dealing with? I assume the ordeal with Absolute Santana is over, so it's a whole new thing there. Absolute Flash 17. Unfortunately, I'm not keeping track of it. I've been meaning to buy the trade paperback of this and this, and Sinestro. It looks like a regular dude, regular Sinestro from our universe. So something's going on there. And Absolute Green Arrow, and that's it's another giant hit for DC. That book is sold out practically everywhere now, and people were standing in line. I couldn't believe people were standing in line for this book. Who stands in line for a Green Arrow book? Not even Kevin Smith could get a big line going. So there's that. What else? Here's a book on Supergirl movies. I guess storyboards and crazy designs from the set, and excited about the movie. It's for you. I'll be seeing the movie, but I don't know what the studio is really focused on, just churning out Superman movies rather than Batman movies. But except for bite my tongue, bite my clay face tongue here. But there's the series just in time for the movie to come out. I guess it comes out in October, I think. Clayface. He's got a 6-issue series in his name. So all the next level's titles: Lobo, Deathstroke, Terminator, Fury, the Firestorm. The one I'm reading is Batwoman. That's the only one I'm reading. I really don't have interest in the other ones. They're not really my favorite characters. Santana, well, and I'm reading that one, The Breakout. I got the first issue of that the other day. You saw my part A of this video. And I'll be getting Dead Man. That's the next level title. Batman 11. You believe that that Hush, that final part of Hush 2 is finally shipping next week? And big whoop, right? I mean, it's just a regular $4.99 title. But yeah, waited for 8 months for that book to come out. When did the last one come out? Like November or December? That's insane, man. So we're finally gonna read the conclusion to that next week with the Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee. Now they said that there's gonna be a Hush 3 coming out. You think you're gonna fool people a second time? Because how long will that take to come out? And is it gonna be is it gonna be a special miniseries, or are they gonna have to tell Matt Fraction to take a year-long break so that those guys can come back in and fuck up everything? So here's Batman 11, which is way better than the Hush book. So, I seem to be pleased with every issue that's come out of this so far. Poison Ivy, 140. See that Dennis Cohen's getting a regular gig now. That's nice to see. And what is that, a $4.99 title? Maybe I should give this a try. I don't know how many issues he's done so far, but I love Dennis Cohen's artwork. I'm not reading these two. There's Detective Comics still continue on with the Black Canary and Green Arrow team up storyline. This is way out left field. Detective Comics 2026 annual #1 features guest starring Lobo, and really weird plot line here. Batman has been falsely accused of a political assassination on a distant planet. Does this have ties to that Jason Aaron miniseries, Offworld? And someone's been sent to track down the Dark Knight and bring him to justice. Someone with a special talent for hunting. That's right. Lobo comes to Earth with a bounty, and on Batman, now in the clutches of the main man and being carted across the cosmos to be judged for a crime he did not commit, Batman must find a way to clear his name. Flash. Superman Unlimited #15. I thought this thing was going to be a limited series, I don't know how long I should continue on with this. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's good, some good stuff, but man, it just galls me. I got to buy 3 Superman books, to keep, on top of everything. Because they all take place in the same continuity, right? Supergirl 15, I think this is going to be my final issue that I'll be buying, because by the time this comes out, the Supergirl movie will be out, and I don't think I'll be needing it. I think I'll be getting it all out of my system. The Millie Alcock Supergirl out of my system, and move on to things here. But this is interesting. Superman 40 has the return of Manchester Black, and that's a good character. And looks like Tom King is either taking another break, or maybe that was his last hurrah with that, whatever that character he created with. Because I see number 35 is written by Stephanie Williams. And didn't she do some issues before? Justice League Unlimited 21. And you get more than your superhero unlimited bang for your buck on this book, because whenever you buy it, you pick up this book. It's got extra pages in it for $3.99. Usually it's just preview of like 3 or 4 previews gathered in the back, to fill up the space, but it's worth it, Emperor Aquaman number 19. Jeremy Adams is still in the book, and she looks mean, whoever this character is. I had to tell people in a thread on Facebook. People were harping on Orion, Lord of Atlantis. Nobody knows seems where he's gone, and I had to say, "Well, dudes, you don't read Aquaman. He's a supporting character in this book." So, Emperor Aquaman. All new Teen Titans 37. We'll see if I read those other issues, if this will still be in the queue or not. Green Lantern Corps, I'm not into that anymore. Green Lantern 37. Jeremy Adams, he seems to have ditched Hal Jordan in place of Kyle Rayner. I don't know, I'm really digging that or not. Batman Superman World's Finest 53. Batman Superman World's Finest 2026 Annual number 1. And 3 writers. It's Mark Waid, Mark Russell, and Tyrone Finch. I like 2 of those guys. And Clayton Henry and Patrick. I might pick this up. It looks interesting. It's Jonathan Kent and Alfred the Butler team up. Although I don't know if this is supposed to take place in the afterlife. Aren't they both dead? Hawkgirl Summer number 1. This is like an all-girl summer book. And I'll probably pass on this. This is one of those giant-sized, thick cover ones. Those with the spine on it. I mean, they're nice, but that's one of the things I've cut down over all those books with those $9.99 books I've cut down. I mean, how many pages? 80 pages, yeah. No, not reading this. Definitely not reading that. Definitely not reading that. Now, like I said, this is the cover. Don't know. I'm not into it. Doesn't look interesting. Does not look appealing. But we have Return of 100 Bullets. I've been jonesing for this book. It's an 8-issue series in black and white, and it's 40 pages for $3.99. So you're gonna get some more, pardon the pun, more bang for your buck. Yeah, I mean, holy cow! And Frank Miller's gonna do an alternative cover. I have to see how that turned out. These are all the Vertigo books. The only interest, I read previews of all of them. They're pretty good. This was pretty good. The one I read, this one. But Nice House by the Sea, like I said in my free comic book day video, I said I don't know. I'm kicking myself for missing out on this stuff. These Nice House series that he's been doing. It's pretty engaging stuff. The final issue of Swamp Thing 1989, which, well, look, when they're reading the synopsis of this, it sort of looks there was supposed to be an end to the Swamp Thing series when Rick Veitch was doing it, because it seems like everybody dies in this one. So, but you have to see how it plays out. The facsimiles are curious. Why are they doing these two? And just like no special current events that tie into these things. How they sometimes they come out when something's currently happening in comics, and you might want to read the origin story or how how it ties. It may have ties to the story you're reading now, and I don't understand what these are. But if you're into that thing, there's here, Green Lantern number 49. This is interesting. The Justice League of America 200 Facsimile edition, and this is a Cary Coatney scripted issue, and he's gone from our lives now. He wrote a lot of Justice League for DC, and I don't know what was the original date for this issue. So I don't. I'll have to look into it. Look into in my hip comic, see what it's worth. Of course, you always want a copy, a facsimile copy of Showcase number 4 on hand. You can't, because you can't afford like $56,000 for an original one, right? Mad Magazine 601. Okay. Aquamanatee. I'll be reviewing the Free Comic Book Day edition this week on this, where they gave out. So my first exposure to Aquamanatee. Aquamanatee. Okay. More than a dream. There's the trade paperback of The Court, Children of the Round Table, being collected. And like I mentioned in Marvel catalog, they're doing a trade paperback of all the Marvel and DC team ups, like Spider-Man and Deadpool and all the other little bonus goodies they had in those issues. And DC's doing the same with their DC Marvel team up stories with Batman, with Spider-Man and Deadpool. And this has somewhat lost its luster on me. I could care less now. I don't know if I finished reading this one. Damn. I might have to. I don't think I read the last issue of this. Batman, Grandpa? No, Raphael Grandpa. No, that's the artist's name. Raphael Grandpa. And it says Batman, Gargoyle of Gotham. I know I read some of them, but I don't think I read all of them. And look, we got a third paperback, Volume 3 of Absolute Batman coming out. I'm sure they'll fly off the shelves too. And every 2 months they offer something with The Dark Knight Returns. I don't know how many printings has this been going for. What else? Okay. And stuff I'm already familiar with. Let's see what's going on in the collected editions here. DC Finest. You got 3 new volumes coming out. Batman, the Demon Lives Again. Crisis Infinite Earths Part 2. Wow. Couldn't jam it all in one book, huh? And Harley Quinn, the Ballad of Harley Quinn, and no Paul Dini stories in there. Okay, and here's your compact. This line of reprints is really catching on fire. There are just tons and tons of these in the Barnes and Noble graphic novel section. Easily affordable, and I'm pretty puzzled by the Fables one, the inclusion of the Fables one. I thought there was some kind of deal where Billy Willingham was he's allowed to self-publish the series now, And apparently I thought he owned all the Vertigo issues that he written too. But I don't know, maybe they changed. Both parties changed their mind. Okay, and here's all the Grant Morrison Batman stories that's coming out too. And what are these ones? Oh, here are the absolute. These are absolute super duper hardcover editions, which go for. That's wrong. That's just wrong. Something's going on here. It says $9.99 for 280 pages hardcover. That can't be right. Someone effed up there in an editorial. No way you're gonna pay $9.99 for absolute edition. So they gotta retract that. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Volume 2. Now, what is this supposed to be about? Wow, I'm really curious about this because I thought this went to Top Shelf, and maybe it's just the second. It's 100 pages for 448 pages. Surely maybe it's one in Volume 1 and Volume 2 combined. Really curious because it doesn't say. Well, it says this 2-volume hardcover set features a first volume collecting the thrilling graphic novel and a second volume complete with the almanac Fantastic Places and Alan Moore's entire scripts for these works. A rare and wonderful treat for any fan of sequential storytelling. I don't know. I'll look into it. Batman City of Madness. I think I have all that. 100 bullets. Yeah, stock up on your 100 bullets because it's coming back. Here's the Absolute Power Omnibus, and these are all reprinting all the Absolute Power related one-shots and associated issues, and from the is it 3 years ago? Yeah, this is from 3 years ago. This is the precursor to all the Absolute Universe books. So, look at this Joe Kubert thing. Sergeant Rock by Joe Kubert. Celebrate the centennial of comics icon Joe Kubert with some of the best Sergeant Rock stories ever told. Wow. This is a $50 book. And it's hardcover, and it's 352 pages. That looks interesting. You can see how my extra my petty cash situation is by that time. And there's a third volume of Swamp Thing's Rooks of Each books, and oh wow, geez, they include the entire 4-issue 1989 miniseries in here too. Huh, that's interesting. That's really astounding that they really fast tracked that to jam it all in the trade paperback with his other stories. Wow. Well, and here's a Bronze Age omnibus. They're still doing these. House of Secrets, Volume 1. I think I have this one. Which one do I have on my shelf? Let me look at that. I have one of these on my shelf. What do I have? Oh, I have House of Mystery. Okay. I should get that one. All right. So. And there's a teaser poster for a Supergirl movie. There, I've been seeing the posters are going up all over the place, in the bus shelters and the benches and the placards that are placed on the buses. It's going to be a roaring Supergirl town for the next month or so. And that's all I got. I'll next time I go to I might be back next week. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to the shop this week. I'm more concerned with getting these free comic book day editions done right now than anything else. All right, that's it. Have a great week.